Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers: Jason is the top suspect when Drew's body is discovered, and a fatal discovery reveals shocking evidence. According to General Hospital teasers, if Drew Quartermaine's body is discovered, Jason Morgan may become the primary suspect. Will a deadly finding yield surprising evidence and create additional legal troubles for Jason? Fans of General Hospital are aware that Jason recently dealt with a frame-up. Jack Brennan ensured Jason's DNA was discovered in Cyrus Renault's cabin, but Drew refused to back up Jason's alibi. Of course, Jason was unconcerned because there was no actual body. There is no proof that Cyrus has died, so Brennan told Jocelyn Jacks that Jason would never go to prison for the crime she committed. However, things could change if Drew meets a harsh fate. All indications lead to Drew being killed in a whodunit, thus Jason may rise to the top of the suspect list early on. It's easy to see Jason being apprehended at the crime scene or experiencing some other soapy bad luck that leads to disaster. Jason and Drew's feud is anticipated to worsen as the show progresses to Drew's deadly outcome, which could be another aspect that makes him appear responsible. It's unlikely that Jason will actually kill Drew, but someone may go to tremendous lengths to make it appear that he did. Jen Sidwell already appears to be working on a frame-up strategy involving Alexis Davis and the dagger problem. However, that plot may or may not involve Drew. Since Sidwell has proven his ability to frame individuals, Jason may find himself trapped in his own setup. Jason recently held Sidwell at gunpoint and has a strained relationship with him, so there is room for Sidwell to react. Jason appears to be preparing to confront Sidwell with another warning regarding Sasha Gilmore Corbin, which might stir this villain up even more. We wouldn't put it past Sidwell to kill Drew and frame Jason for it. Regardless, Drew is most likely dead, therefore his body will ultimately surface up somewhere. The evidence could lead to Jason, leaving him struggling to prove his innocence. As this tale progresses, the dialogue may contain more indications and predictions regarding Drew's horrific outcome, so stay tuned. According to General Hospital spoilers, Jason has a habit of getting himself into trouble, so we'll keep you updated on any bad news that arises. General Hospital Monday, March 17th update: arrest warrant drama, Chase spins out, Carly's spilled drink. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, March 17th, show that Harrison Chase will become enraged over a secret, while Carly Spencer almost consumes a hazardous drink. There will also be some arrest warrant drama, so here's what GH has planned. Carly will almost guzzle champagne from the bottle she picked up in the corridor in Jack Brennan's suite. However, Brennan will detect something is wrong and eventually smack Carly's glass out of her grasp. Brennan's observations proved correct, as Valentine Cassadine visibly poisoned the bottle. Valentine didn't anticipate Carly being in Brennan's suite, thus she'll almost become his deadly poison victim until Brennan intervenes. Across town, Jason Morgan will provide Sonny Corinthos with reports on his trip to Buenos Aires. Sonny will be delighted to learn that Charlotte Cassadine has returned and reconciled with Rocco Falconeri. Of course, Sonny and Jason will eventually have to discuss other essential topics. Sonny will have concerns about someone attacking his family, as it would not be a good thing in his book. Whether Sonny is talking about Drew Quartermaine, Jen Sidwell, or another rival, he will ponder the matter and plan his next move with Jason's assistance. Meanwhile, Kai Taylor will check on Trina Robinson after she left her birthday celebration early. Trina took off because the book Emma Drake handed her reminded her of Spencer Cassadine, who had earlier given Trina the same book and written a personal note in it. Trina believed she needed to be alone, but she'll find she might use some companionship. On Monday's episode, Kai will console Trina and give her a birthday gift that she has not yet unwrapped. When Giovanni Gio Palmieri arrives at the Quartermaine estate, Tracy Quartermaine will be with Chase and Brooke Lynn Quartermaine. Tracy asks if Gio saw any government officials or bulldozers in the driveway, and Gio confirms that he did not. Tracy will consider this fantastic news, but Brooke Lynn will get suspicious and demand to know what her grandmother is up to. Even if Tracy doesn't reveal everything, Brooke Lynn will realize Drew is messing with the wrong lady. Tracy is always ready to strike back, and she may agree with Gio when he suggests using the law to her advantage. In Monday's GH teaser video, Anna Devane appears someplace with a marshal carrying an arrest warrant. Tracy may be responsible for this, which might exacerbate Drew's wrath. Returning to Chase, he discovers a shocking secret. Chase will most likely learn that Brooke Lynn's youthful romance was with Dante Falconeri, and that she never told him about her pregnancy. According to General Hospital spoilers, Chase will find himself in a difficult situation and must pick who he will betray. Chase could ruin his marriage if he tells Dante against Brooke Lynn's wishes. Brooke Lynn has made some projections about how catastrophic it would be if Dante discovered the truth. Even so, another part of Chase should feel bad about concealing something so important from Dante, so he'll have a difficult decision to make. Spoilers, Portia is preparing for her own divorce, and Curtis and Jordan may reunite? According to General Hospital spoilers, Curtis Ashford has gone through enough heartache to last a lifetime, but it appears that another betrayal is on the horizon. His wife, Dr. Portia Robinson, is playing a risky game that could cost her everything. With her marriage on unstable footing and secrets building up, is she unintentionally preparing the path for Curtis to seek comfort in the arms of his ex-wife, Jordan Ashford? Some fans would undoubtedly come to witness Curtis and Jordan finish what they started earlier. General Hospital spoilers, Portia's secret with Drew could cost her everything. Portia has always said that honesty is the core of her relationship with Curtis, but she is once again concealing secrets. This time, Drew Quartermaine is blackmailing her, compelling her to go against her husband's wishes. Portia's actions, despite her best intentions to protect herself, are going to jeopardize her marriage. Curtis has been attempting to rebuild his life after everything he's been through, including the devastating discovery that Trina Robinson was his biological daughter, a secret Portia had kept from him for years. Now, if he realizes she's lying to him again, it could be the last straw. Spoilers tease Curtis can't forgive her this time. Curtis has already battled to forgive Portia for her previous deception, and she vowed she would never hold secrets from him again. But if history repeats itself, Curtis might not be so willing to let this one go. He has always prized trust in his relationships, and after working so hard to mend his marriage, another betrayal may be too much to stomach. Portia may attempt to explain herself, but Curtis may interpret this as indication that she will never genuinely change. If this is the case, the end of their marriage may have already begun. General Hospital spoilers, old habits die hard. If Curtis is reeling from Portia's treachery, his ex-wife, Jordan, may be able to help him get past it. Their romance ended under difficult circumstances, yet there were always residual sentiments between them. Jordan has prioritized her own work and personal life, but she has never ceased caring about Curtis. Could this fresh betrayal thrust Curtis right back into Jordan's orbit? The two have a long relationship, and given Jordan's understanding personality, it wouldn't be shocking if she became his shoulder to rest on. If that happens, might previous sentiments resurface, paving the way for a full-fledged reunion? Portia may believe she has control of the issue, but if Curtis leaves their marriage, she may discover too late that she was the one who pushed him into Jordan's arms. 3 spicy General Hospital reunions worth waiting for could be coming this summer. General Hospital spoilers suggest that 3 major couples may reunite this summer, sending shockwaves through town. While love is always tricky in our city, revived romances may bring as much turmoil as desire. With past loves rekindling and secrets looming, these 3 potential reunions will keep fans on the edge of their seats. But who is headed for a reunion, and who should fans avoid fantasizing about? General Hospital spoilers, Liz and Lucky are destined for a second chance. Elizabeth Weber and Lucky Spencer have a long and storied history, and it appears that history is repeating itself once more. With Lucky back in town, the sparks between them are palpable, and it appears that they are falling for each other again. But, as much as their chemistry is evident, Lucky's track record shows that he rarely stays around for long. Rick Lansing, who has never stopped carrying a passion for Elizabeth, adds to the tense scenario. While she may be tempted back into Lucky's circle, Rick's presence could complicate things. Will Elizabeth follow her heart back to Lucky, or will Rick intervene and alter the direction of her summer romance? Curtis Ashford turns to Jordan after Portia's betrayal. Spoilers, Curtis Ashford thought he had finally created a firm foundation with Dr. Portia Robinson, but it appears that his world is about to collapse again. With Drew Quartermaine blackmailing Portia and driving her to go against Curtis' wishes, it's only a matter of time before the truth is revealed. To make matters worse, considering Portia's past of deception, Curtis may not be willing to forgive her this time. When Curtis experiences heartbreak again, he is likely to turn to someone who has always been on his side, Jordan Ashford. Curtis and Jordan have a profound connection, and while their past is difficult, there is no doubt that sparks might fly between them. Will Jordan be the one to help Curtis heal, or will their reunion bring up more unresolved issues than either of them expected? General Hospital spoilers: is Lulu and Dante's love story revisited? Fans have been impatiently awaiting Lulu Spencer's return to Port Charles, and this summer could provide the reunion they've been looking for. Dante Falconeri had moved on with Sam McCall, but now that Lulu is back, things are certain to alter. What makes this reunion even more exciting is that Lulu has been holding a big secret. She knows about Brooke Lynn Quartermain's adoption and the child Dante has no idea he fathered. If the truth is revealed, Dante may perceive Lulu as a confidant, allowing them to reunite. Will Dante be able to forgive Lulu for keeping this from him, or will it simply exacerbate their already tumultuous relationship? Dr. Portia Robinson had committed her entire career to medicine, but a desperate decision jeopardized everything she had worked for. The walls were closing in, and she would soon have to confront the repercussions of her decisions. A dangerous secret in the wrong hands. Brad Cooper had always lived in the shadows of his bad judgments, and this time was no exception. With a significant debt to his influential aunt, Selena Wu, he was forced to hand up a piece of damaging evidence, proof that Dr. Portia Robinson had tampered with Heather Weber's medical records. Selena, ever the opportunist, viewed this as the ideal opportunity to obtain what she had long desired: complete control of the Savoy. She had made previous offers to buy out Curtis Ashford, but he had firmly refused. With the correct pressure, she had the perfect opportunity to bend him to her will. Curtis Ashford faces the storm. Selena immediately confronted Curtis. She arrived at the Savoy with her usual calm and controlled approach, her remarks tinged with underlying malice. "I know something that could ruin your wife's career," she remarked calmly, waiting for his response. Curtis, who is known for standing firm, narrowed his eyes. "I don't play games, Selena." She simply grinned. "Oh, but this isn't a game, Curtis. This is business." Portia tampered with hospital records, Heather Weber's test results, to be exact. If the hospital board found out, she'd be stripped of her position immediately. Curtis tightened his grip. He knew Selena's reach was extensive, and her warnings were never empty. But he knew one thing: he was not about to give her the Savoy. A risky countermove. Determined to safeguard his wife, Curtis set out to obtain information about Selena. If she wanted to play dirty, he would beat her in her own game. He contacted old acquaintances, went through previous dealings, and attempted to find something incriminating enough to stop her. But Selena was always 10 steps ahead. When Curtis made his approach, she retaliated. Without hesitation, she brought the evidence against Portia to the hospital board. Portia Robinson's world collapses. Portia went to work like any other day. She had no idea that within hours, her entire career would come tumbling down. She was summoned to an emergency board meeting, where she was met with gloomy looks. As the accusations were set out in front of her, her confusion transformed into shock. "You are being investigated for falsifying medical records," one of the board members announced. Portia's stomach sank. "That's impossible," she replied, shaking her head. "Is it?" another board member asked. "We have evidence that you manipulated Heather Weber's test results." Portia opened her lips to dispute, but reality sunk in. Selena had struck. Despite her attempts to defend herself, the evidence was clear. The board had no choice but to relieve her of her position as co-chief of staff. Dr. Terry Randolph would take over the role immediately, and Portia was told to leave the premises. Betrayal and blame. Portia was still shocked when Curtis caught up with her. "They fired me," she said, her voice full of amazement. "They actually fired me." Curtis expected to be angry, but seeing her sadness hit him harder than he imagined. "I was trying to stop her, Portia. I tried to find a way to take her down, but she was faster." "You tried?" Portia's eyes clouded with rage. "You mean, instead of protecting me, you went after her and made things worse?" Selena wasn't going to stop. Curtis tried to argue with her. "If I had just given her the Savoy, nothing would have changed." Portia laughed bitterly. You could have done something to stop it before it got to this point. Curtis lunged for her, but she backed away. Portia, please, no, she interrupted him. I lost my career today, Curtis. And for what? For a club? Her words were final, tinged with grief and regret. I can't do this anymore, she exclaimed, her voice breaking. Our marriage, it's over. And with that, she walked away, leaving Curtis standing there, realizing that in his quest to safeguard the Savoy, he had lost the most essential part of his life. Aftermath. Portia was left to pick up the shattered pieces of her career, knowing that her future at General Hospital was over. Meanwhile, Selena Wu won. The Savoy remained out of her reach, but Curtis Ashford was a broken man. Selena was not done, however. She was always playing the long game. And now that she had established her supremacy, she would watch and wait, ready to strike when the time was right. Soap opera comings and goings, major changes, crossovers, and returns. Soap operas are experiencing massive switcheroos, crossovers, and hefty returns. Here's the most recent casting news from the 4 daytime dramas, The Bold and the Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, and The Young and the Restless. Soap opera casting for the week of March 17, 2025. Find out if any of your favorite actors and actresses from the past are returning to the shows you watch, if any newcomers have been cast in contract, recurring, or day player roles, and if any popular performers are going to leave. Billy Flynn, who plays Chad DiMera on Days of Our Lives, has announced his departure from the show. The actor, who has played Stefano's youngest son since 2014, has landed a new role on The Young and the Restless, which will premiere later this spring. Days viewers will not have to adjust to Salem without Chad for a time. Due to the show's advanced filming schedule, he will continue to play the character for several months. On Monday, March 17, Charles Shaughnessy will reprise his role as ISA agent Shane Donovan, which he first played in 1984. On Tuesday, March 18, Marlena, Deidre Hall, and Stephen Nichols, will quiz Shane about the missing John. Shaughnessy also appears on Wednesday, March 19, opposite Emily O'Brien, who plays his daughter Teresa. On Monday, March 17, Tina Huang reprises her role as former Salem District Attorney Melinda Trask in scenes with Tamara Braun's Ava. She will also appear on Friday, March 21, alongside Susan Seaforth Hayes Julie. Rose Gentle reprises her role as Rachel Blake this week. She will face Dan Furigle's EJ on Friday, March 21. The Young and the Restless. Billy Flynn, who has played Chad DiMera on Days for nearly a decade, is leaving for Genoa City. The actor has been cast in an unknown new role, which will debut on YNR later this spring. Because of Days' increased filming schedule, Flynn will appear on both shows for quite some time. Meanwhile, Laura Lee Bell, who appears frequently as Christine Blair, will return this summer, specifically in June. Bell last appeared in January, when her character celebrated the new year with Michael Damian's Danny. With the huge disclosure that Christopher Cousins' Dr. Alan Moran is responsible for Phyllis and Sharon's abduction, the actor receives more screen time, as does his character's fiancée, Beth Maitland's Tracy Abbott. On Monday, March 17, Tracy interrogates Alan. Maitland also appears on Wednesday, March 19, in scenes alongside Peter Bergman's Jack and Susan Walters' Diane. Aside from returning to YNR, Laura Lee Bell, who portrays Christine Blair on the Genoa City drama, is poised to return to CBS sister soap The Bold and the Beautiful. No information concerning her return has been released yet. However, her character is set to appear for a brief period commencing Thursday, April 24. The actress and her YNR co-star Michael Damian, who plays Christine's beau, Danny Romalotti, made their final appearance on B&B in August 2024. The couple stopped by the Forrester estate when Danny was on a music tour in Los Angeles. A popular father-daughter combo has returned to General Hospital, specifically Port Charles. James Patrick Stewart has unexpectedly returned to town as Valentine Cassadine, while Scarlett Fernandez is back as Charlotte Cassadine. Expect both characters to be featured this week. Stewart appears on Monday, March 17 and Tuesday, March 18. Adrian Anchondo has started a contract job as Marco, a mysterious attorney. The character debuted last week in scenes with Van Hansis Lucas. The actor has appeared on Law & Order, Organized Crime, NCIS, Los Angeles, and FBI Most Wanted. Ellen Travolta has recently appeared on television as Gloria Cerullo, Loa's mother and Brooke Lynn's grandmother. She is expected to play a significant role in the mystery parentage narrative featuring Giovanni Mazza's Gio. Travolta made her final GH appearance in May 2024 when her character returned for her granddaughter's wedding to Chase. General Hospital spoilers, Taggart is completely screwed by the writers. According to General Hospital News, this is a detail that certain fans simply cannot go over. That's because they believe Taggart has been treated unfairly by the show's writers. General Hospital spoilers, Taggart is completely screwed by the writers. As many General Hospital fans are already aware, Taggart was Trina's father figure and legal father for the first 20 years of her existence. But it appears that detail has been completely ignored and removed. Instead, Trina refers to Curtis as his father, and he acts as if he has been raising her all along. If that wasn't enough, they're all getting along with Portia, who many people consider to be a giant hypocrite. We couldn't have made this up if we tried. Of course, the internet had a lot to say about the situation. Some even stated that Trina will always be Taggart's daughter. It was weird/sad, her dad, her bestie, and the love of her life were all missing. Another General Hospital fan added, Taggart is Trina's father. He will always be, no matter how much the writers try to make us forget about him. DNA tests in PC cannot be trusted. Hopefully Trina develops some strange hereditary condition that can only be healed with Taggart's blood. General Hospital spoilers, what happens next for Trina? And there was also this comment, I noticed they basically retconned who Trina's father is. She used to call Curtis or refer to him as her stepfather, but now calls him dad, which would completely break Taggart's heart. It's like the writers forgot the arc where Trina and Curtis had tension because she said he wasn't her actual father and was overstepping boundaries, and he agreed to leave the fatherly duties to Taggart. The atmosphere in the Quartermaine kitchen was tense, the air thick with unspoken threats. Jason stood steady, his rifle pointed on Sidwell, who held up his hands in feigned surrender. This is all a misunderstanding, Sidwell said, his voice smooth and calculating. Jason's eyes remained icy and steady. Sasha pleaded with Jason from the sidelines, get out. Don't do this, she insisted, but he didn't listen. Sidwell didn't push his luck, he backed away and exited, but his sneer suggested that this wasn't the end. After he left, Sasha quickly grabbed her phone and dialed Jason's number. Whatever you're about to do, don't, she advised. Tracy entered before Jason could answer, her presence as dominant as ever. What now? She asked, crossing her arms. Is this about Jason or that baby you have? Sasha sighed, wishing Tracy would mind her own business. Leave it alone, she murmured, exhausted. Tracy had no intention of doing so. You're holding a Quartermaine now. Everything changes. You need to wake up and realize that raising this child on your own, without the influence of this family, is a pipe dream. Sasha's tolerance had worn thin. You have an entire mansion full of other Quartermaines to interfere with. Tracy chuckled. Go bother them. Too many people are interested in your baby. Whether you like it or not, you and that child are now citizens of this world. Figure out how to make peace with it. Her comments lingered as she demanded tea, eventually leaving Sasha alone. Sasha ignored Tracy's entrance and returned her attention to her baby, resting a hand against her stomach when she felt a little movement. She instinctively grabbed into her pocket and pulled out Jen's business card. After a few delay, she dialed his number. Dante and Cody's unfinished business later, Dante and Gio dropped by the stables to check on Cody. Cody, understanding that Dante needed to chat, handed Gio a beer and nudged him away. Go check the estate, make sure everything's locked up. Gio followed the message and left Cody alone with Dante. You've got something on your mind, Cody commented. Dante sighed and rubbed his palm across his face. I had closure on Sam's death, but it isn't helping. Cyrus's absence does not erase what happened, and it certainly does not resolve the situation with Lulu. Cody nodded knowingly. Grief doesn't just go away when you have answers, Dante said. Talking to Brooklyn has been easy, but it's hurting Lulu. Cody paused before asking, because of your history? Dante frowned. What are you talking about? Cody grinned. Do you honestly think I don't know? That summer, Brooklyn meant something to you. Dante tensed. That happened years ago. It was over before it ever began. Cody took a long sip of his beer before asking, but what if not? Before Dante could react, Gio and Emma entered, cutting the conversation short. Willow's announcement sparks a battle at the Metro Court. Willow sat across from Nina, her fingers nervously tracing the rim of her drink. She had some significant news to give. Carly arrived shortly afterward, already skeptical. What is this about? Willow took a steady breath. The kids and I are moving in with Drew. Carly's expression clouded. Willow remained steadfast. You can't be serious. I wanted to tell you myself so you wouldn't be surprised. Carly's rage grew. You are taking Michael completely by surprise. Do you think he'll stand for this? Willow's voice was calm. Michael has filed for divorce. Do you truly expect us to reconcile? Carly scoffed. I expect you to show respect. Michael is healing. And you're fleeing right into the arms of the man who destroyed your marriage? Willow's patience was running out. Regardless of how long I wait, you will never approve. This is occurring. Carly's voice was cold and deliberate. You are making a mistake. If you do this, you will create a war. Nina, sensing the tension, attempted to interfere. There is no need for a war. Carly disregarded her, her gaze fixed on Willow. I assumed you would put your children first. I guess I was wrong. Willow stood up, tired. Thanks for everything. As Willow went, Carly looked to Nina, her expression unreadable. Nina groaned, well, that went about as well as expected. You could have been kinder to her. Carly smirked. And let her move in with Drew without fighting? Please. Jason kept his gun pointing at Sidwell while he was at the docks. Sidwell laughed dryly. Another body won't solve your problems. I just want the truth, Jason stated quietly. Have you blown up Sunny's penthouse? Sidwell's expression became serious. If I wanted conflict with Sunny, I'd approach it differently. I have no issues with him. And I have no issues with you. Anna's voice sliced through the night air. Interesting. So, why were you at Quartermain's before Jason brought you down here? Sidwell smirked. A pleasure visit. The launch arrived, and Sidwell jumped on board right away. After he left, Anna turned to Jason. Jason's jaw clenched. You could have been arrested. Sidwell threatened Sasha. Anna sighed. I needed to make sure he understood his position. I understand it. But you remain the primary suspect in Cyrus' murder. You must tread carefully, Jason said, meeting her gaze. Sidwell did not do it. Anna's gaze narrowed. That doesn't mean he's harmless. Jason nodded. I understand. And that's what makes him dangerous. At Metro Court, Lulu, disguised as a maid, broke into Martin's suite. Maxie captured her in the act. What the hell are you doing, Lulu? Lulu gave her barely a glance. Maxie sighed, looking for answers. Fine. I'll be on the watch. Hurry up. Lulu rummaged through Martin's briefcase, scanning legal documents until something caught her eye. A name. Brooklyn. Her blood became chilly. This was about Brooklyn and Dante. She had hardly had time to digest it when she heard footsteps coming. Brad and Lucas reach a breaking point. In a Miami hotel room, Lucas stared at Brad. Tell me the truth. Brad paused. Portia owed me a favor. I cashed it in. Lucas' countenance clouded. Which type of favor? Brad exhaled. She craved someplace quiet. I kept it quiet. Lucas shook his head. It's just like before. Lies. Manipulation. Brad's voice broke. I did this for us. Lucas' eyes blazed with disappointment. No. Brad sighed and balled his fists. I love you, Lucas. He swallowed hard. And I love you. But can love exist without trust? It's insufficient. Silence filled the gap between them. Brad stepped back. Maybe you're correct. Perhaps I will never change. Lucas did not answer. Brad gave him one final look before heading out the door. This time, Lucas did not stop him. General Hospital spoilers, Brooklyn searches for her son, but will Lois conspire to sabotage her efforts? According to General Hospital spoilers, Brooklyn Quartermain is on a quest that no one, including her own mother, Lois Cerullo, can stop. Brooklyn has decided to find the kid she gave up for adoption, but not everyone is happy with her decision. Will Lois go to tremendous lengths to ensure that her daughter never finds out what happened to her bouncing baby son as she forges ahead, determined to unearth the truth? If that's the true, may a long-held secret about Sonny Corinthos expose everything? General Hospital spoilers, Brooklyn won't back down. Brooklyn has struggled with her emotions since making the agonizing decision to give up her son, but she is now ready to confront the truth. Despite all cautions and attempts to dissuade her, she may become determined to find him and learn what happened to him. However, as her search progresses, she will likely encounter unexpected resistance from people closest to her. Lois and Gloria Cerullo have done everything they can to steer Brooklyn away from this path, but she is not easily stopped. She's probably already started putting the pieces together, and she'll be getting closer to finding out what really happened. But the real question is whether she will be able to bear the reality when she discovers it. GH spoilers, panic sets in for Gloria and Lois. The last thing Lois and Gloria want is for Brooklyn to delve into the past. They're in complete terror now that she's considering moving forward. They know that if she continues to search, she would eventually come across the truth, a truth they have frantically sought to conceal. Lois may try to pull strings behind the scenes to limit Brooklyn's progress, and she may wind up searching for a means to throw her daughter off the trail. However, as the tension builds, it may become apparent that she is running out of time. How far will she and Grandma Gloria go to defend the secret they've kept for so long? General Hospital spoilers, has Sonny known all along? If Lois is absolutely anxious to keep Brooklyn from discovering the truth, she may need to turn to the only person who can help her, Sonny. But in doing so, she may divulge a terrible secret. Sonny has always known that Giovanni Gio Palmieri is Brooklyn's son, with Dante Falconeri, Sonny's own son. If Sonny has been keeping this secret, it will upset Brooklyn and Dante to their core. How could he withhold this from either of them? Will this discovery eventually shatter their mutual faith in him? One thing is certain, Brooklyn will not stop until she discovers the truth, no matter how many hurdles stand in her way. Will she reveal the horrifying truth before Lois can stop her? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.